It's time. It's time for the Billy Flynn Experience.
Thank you once again for joining me here at the Billy Flynn Experience. I am your host, Billy Flynn. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to listen in today. Very interesting things going on with Mr. Kanye West. And of course, the name of the show is Mr. West, Protect Your Neck. Because it seems as though every celebrity has been chiming in over Kanye West and his infamous t-shirt, White Lives Matter. It's kind of embarrassing. You have masses of people, mainly black people, that are upset, outraged, all in arms over a t-shirt displaying the slogan White Lives Matter. And as my podcast before this, when I spoke on what I believe the reasoning behind Kanye West antics throughout the years, but mainly with this one being a hot topic, mostly in America, when it comes to race relations. So you have a few celebs that came out over the past week, spoke against this and how they're saying what Kanye West is doing is a detriment to the black community. Now, this is what they're saying. In particular, Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, or Sean Love Combs, whatever he's going by, whatever you want to call him. And of course, another rapper goes by the name of Meek Mill, Philadelphia rapper, hip hop artist. But Meek Mill goes on a rant, and he posted on his Instagram. I think it was his Instagram. Or maybe it was Twitter. I think it was Twitter. But either one, he posted this long soliloquy of his disdain opinion about what Kanye West wore as far as the t-shirt is concerning with the White Lives Matter. And I find it comical because you have this grown man in his 30s, and I have to read this to you because it is embarrassing. And the last thing Meek Mill need to worry about is what anyone else is doing and then going to the internet to show his true intellect. I gotta read this to you. I gotta read it to you. Let me find it. I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second here. Where did I put it? This is really... Let me see if this is it. Oh, that ain't it. Give me a second. That's weird because I know I had it. Just give me a moment. But anyways, yeah, he went on this rant, and he was talking about. Oh, here it is. I got it. I have it. I found it. Okay, this is what Meek Mill, a Philadelphia rapper, had to say pertaining to Kanye West and his infamous White Lives Matter t-shirt. Okay. I'm going to read it as he typed it out. Okay. So I might have to stop a few times and reread it because it is filled with grammatic errors, punctuations, spelling. And again, this is a 35-year-old grown man. Okay. Quote. I used to listen to Ye every night and jail. Not in jail, and jail. For motivation on God. And came home and watched him shit on my name and brand like nothing. I ain't say nothing, but I been knew you was on that nerd trying to shit on street niggas. You just said it to Boosie, and that's another rapper from Louisiana. You just said it, and I'm reading this how he typed it. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not shitting on him. But this, again, this is a grown man angry that another grown man over a t-shirt with the slogan, White Lives Matter. Now, Meek Mills, you have no business worrying about that. From what I'm reading, that's the last thing you need to be worrying about, bro. But anyways, getting back. It hurts my heart to even know some of y'all this crazy and lame. I don't spelling I-O-N. Oh, that's slang for, I don't or I'm not. So it's kind of like a Ebonics slang. So, okay, where was that? Okay, I don't need no verses from no niggas because I've been hot since 13. And then he has just somebody's, I don't know, at whatever. But don't invite me to none of them weird ass parties with bro. I go on person, not fame, for money. Speaking from a nigga that been buying support, Ye, since he came out. But what you be doing for fame, driving you're crazy. Look how hard you came at me, nigga. No, I'm weird. No, I'm vocal. It's like you hate your own people. You ain't even post at very, or whatever that link is, album since all that work he did for you. And he look up to you. You made sure you said Jack Harlow was the hottest in country. Overlooked, etc. Oh. And it goes on. But I can't read it. This is what he typed or uploaded. Meek Mill. Bruh. The last thing you need to be worrying about is anybody else's business ventures. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. But it's just one person out of a many that has been coming out over the past week, coming at Mr. Kanye West over a t-shirt. And it goes to show you how petty these so-called celebrities are. And I don't know whether or not, maybe they're doing it for clout. Maybe they're doing it. Again, I understand it, no bad publicity is, whatever, however the saying is, nothing bad comes out of bad or embarrassing situations. So I get it. They can turn it around and use it for their clout to boost their brand, their person, their company, or whatever. As long as it stays in the public's eye, as long as it's like out there for the people to continuously talk about them, then it's good for their brand. I get it. Okay, I get it. And I'm believing all of this is just a clout. For everyone that's involved, including Diddy. Which again, Mr. Combs is the last person that needs to be talking about anybody with as much, I'll say alleged or allegations coming against him about his business practices pertaining to all the artists that was signed under his label. You understand? But I get it. I get it. But I think it's very dangerous, just as Kanye West spoke on the Black Lives Matter, being a sham, being a fraud, in what they did with that company. Now, again, as I said in my last podcast, when it started on a noble reasoning behind it, and it was very much needed. But as the years went by, they became less and less relevant. And I only say less and less relevant because we're not bombarded with their antics. First it was the police brutality, which there is no news about that anymore, which is shocking. Like all of a sudden it stopped. But again, because of Kanye West and his opinion, and some of his opinions are fact. Not all. I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth is not, it's emotional based to drive the masses to react either negative or positively. Either negatively or positively. It's just to get the conversation started. I get it. It's very smart. Because at least it gets the conversation started. I would even call it genius. But again, Mr. Combs is the last person that need to be speaking on, again, someone else's business venture. And I'm not going to get into a long diatribe about his business practices and his artists that either died or went completely broke, because everyone knows that story. It's been told over and over and over and over and over again, so I'm not going to repeat it here, but it's all documented. Whether it's fact or truth, it doesn't matter. But when you have a multitude of people coming out saying these things about one individual, I don't know, you have to take a pause. You know, you have to stop and think like, wow, you know, one or two people saying something, yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, whatever. Disgruntled for whatever reason. But when you have a track record of certain events happening inside your company, you have to take a pause and start asking questions like, wow, you know. But again, as I said, this is about a t-shirt. And I believe that Kanye West has spoken out or at least explained the reasoning behind it. And like I said in my last podcast, I knew exactly why he pulled that antic. And it's just to get the conversation going. It's just to, on one level, get the conversation going. On another level, just to show how detached American people are. And when I say detached, I mean detached from the real issues, or basically allowing outside entities to dictate what one thinks. And I said before, it's always happened, the dumbing down of America. It's always been a situation, and it's continuing, and it's getting worse. It's getting very bad. And as an American that lives in Europe, and me being able to look at it, view it from afar, I can't begin to tell you the things I see. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I know I can't be the only one that's noticing this. This is crazy. I would always love my country. I will always love America, but I don't miss living there. I don't miss being a part of that madness. And the only reason why I talk about it is because viewing it from afar, or viewing it from a different perspective, because I'm not in that energy. I'm not a part of what's going on over there, other than what I get when I do my research. But looking at it from a different perspective, I see a lot that I don't think that I would have been able to notice or see if I was still living in the United States. So I don't know, maybe that's good for me. Maybe, I'm blessed on that aspect of it. Yeah, okay, cool. But getting back to the subject, all of this has been over a t-shirt. And like I said, Kanye West spoke on it, and he basically explained the reasoning behind it, because he wanted to see just basically how many people would actually accept it or see it and still make a connection that not only Black Lives Matters, but all lives matter. And again, I get it. I know the reason, or the initial reasoning behind the Black Lives Matter organization. But throughout the years, again, they showed themselves as being a scam. And all of a sudden, like I said, you don't hear much about them anymore. It seems as though they have nothing really to fight for. Because all of a sudden, like I said, the police brutality is not in the news anymore. You don't hear anything about it. But one thing that is in the news is the gun violence, mainly in the Black community, particularly with young rappers. But that's a whole nother podcast, another time. So, again, Mr. West, protect your neck, because it seems as though these celebrities are coming out, and of course, again, mainly black people coming out speaking against a t-shirt. Again, I don't care one way or another. You know, it's a t-shirt. It means nothing to me. It drives no emotion, or it stirs no emotion from me. But then again, I don't know, maybe that's just me. And I don't live in America anymore, so either way, Mr. West, protect your neck, because it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how things turn out, or what direction things go. I'm kind of concerned about Kanye West, really, which I shouldn't be, because here it is, a billionaire. You don't give a shit about me, but I guess what I'm saying is I respect him as an artist. I respect him as an artist. I like his projects. I think he's a pretty, interesting guy. He's funny to me. He's entertaining to me. And maybe that's just what the point is. He's an entertainer. And that's what artists do. They create controversy. That's what makes him an icon. And again, I get it. So, I'm enjoying this fuckery. I'm enjoying this ride. So, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just me. So, but anyways, thank you so much for listening in to the Billy Flynn Experience. Once again, I am your host, Billy Flynn. I wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. Take care of yourself. And we will be together again soon. Until then, God bless.